Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Kenny here and I'm bringing you the first video for 2019. So it's been a couple days or a couple weeks since I've made my last video, and that's because I've been trying to think through, what I want to do through 2018, what exactly I want to do for my YouTube channel. And so in this video, I want to talk a little bit about what my future goals are for 2019, what my plans are. I got some pretty excited things planned that I hope you guys will like, but also I want to talk about a little bit of a direction change that I want to take for my channel. I want to, kind of switch gears up and tell you a little bit more about what I want to do, how I want to, document for you guys, and hopefully provide you guys a little bit of entertaining content at the same time as we move into the future. So what have I been doing the past few months with my YouTube channel? Well, you know that if you watch any of my videos, I know my channel's still pretty new. I've done a lot of talking at you guys. I've given you guys a lot of content. I've been trying to educate. And, I've come to realize that I don't think that's the best I can offer you guys. I don't think that a lot, some people go onto YouTube to be educated, but most people don't. Most people want to see stories. They want to meet people. And so, I'm doing a lot of things in my life, and I want to kind of document that because, I'm still a student. I'm exploring my entrepreneurial spirit. I'm trying to build products, do research, do all these really cool things. So I think I want to document more of that because I'm still a new entrepreneur. I'm young. I've got a year left in engineering school. So I'm balancing a lot of things because I got my entrepreneurial venture, I've got my startup, I've got my jobs, I've got school, I've got class, I've got relationships, I got to spend time with my girlfriend, and I just want to, kind of show the journey. So what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to bring you guys along through the adventure, as I start my startup, as I start doing these things, I want to document a little bit more of it so you guys can see what I go through, what I learn, what I'm trying to do to help people out there. So ultimately, that's kind of the direction I want to go in. Instead of creating, I want to do more documenting. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing right now, it's at home, I'm working in the office. I've been working as a solopreneur for a long time, and I think the most important thing I realized over 2019 is that a team is important. I've been doing too many things alone. And so I want to expand my network, which, I've been doing my podcast a couple of months. I've already spoken to over 20 guests from all over the world, and I realized that when you work with a team, you're a lot stronger than when you work alone. So I want to expand kind of what I'm doing with Da Vinci Mind. So that's one of my big plans for the year is to bring more people in, hopefully build a team, hopefully get out more, try new things. So I'm going to document what I'm doing, who I'm meeting, and I also, more than just, my life, but the growth of my business, everything that I want to do. I've learned a ton in the last year of just getting into entrepreneurship. And there's so much more that I can't wait to share with you guys and just show what's going to be happening with my YouTube channel and all my other content. So I think it's going to be exciting, but it's just going to be kind of a little bit of a change in my YouTube channel, and I think it's going to be a lot better because I want it to be more entertaining. I want to kind of show you guys a little bit about who I am and what I've been doing. And talking about that note, I know that on this show I've given a little bit of information about myself, but I never really talked about why I'm doing this stuff, why I'm getting into entrepreneurship. So let me give you a little chance to do that so that you can kind of follow along with this journey and pretty much what I want to do with this channel. So all throughout high school and college, I've always been attracted to a challenge. So in high school, I've never been complacent with, getting bored. I never really wanted to take the easy way out. So I'd take difficult courses, I'd try new things just so I could learn, just so I could grow. And that's what I'm really passionate about. Is going through these challenges, not just because I can say, oh, I did that challenge. No, it's because you learn, you grow. And I think it's exciting to go out there and just, do cool things. So, after I graduated high school, I looked at all the possibilities. And, I was always taught to go to college. I never thought, some other way would be the way. That's just what I was taught to do. So I went to university and I chose to go in engineering just because of the challenge. And that's what I did. And it was kind of challenging. But, as I kept going through, more people would say, oh, you're going to get to work your 9 to 5 for like 30, 40 years, 60 hours a week, every day of your life. And, the more I thought about it, one day I was sitting in one of my classes and my professor was like, you guys are going to be working 60 hours a week for the rest of your life soon, working for someone else on, help them to build their dream. And I realized, if I'm going to spend that much time working, I would much rather go for my own dream. So that's what I decided to do, and it took a little bit of time to get to that point. But I decided, it was about a year ago, to start getting into entrepreneurship. and I was still balancing my classes and things such as that. So it took a lot of time. You know, entrepreneurship, venturing into the startup world, it's not an easy task. You got to put a lot of time into it. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of things you got to learn. So I went through that. And so the first thing that I did is I was really interested in cryptocurrency at the time. So I started the blog and I started the training program. And, obviously, I expected it to do really well, and it didn't. It definitely did not. But that's just a part of learning. But, I did kind of feel defeated. I made some mistakes. I had no people going to the site, no people getting my training, and I was like, it sucked, but I didn't give up. It was still a challenge, and that kind of excited me. But it was at that point I realized how much I didn't know, how much I needed to learn, and also all the competition that was out there. So here's what I did. I knew that I needed a way to kind of separate myself from the competition. So I got really big into self-education, how to, improve our learning abilities and our creativity. So I did a lot of research, I did a lot of testing using what I learned in engineering school. So what I kind of found is that you can, you're learning, what you do in life is based off of your habits. So that led me to an idea from what I learned in engineering school. All you need to do is just create new habits. So what I needed to do was create a process, kind of a program for making these new habits. And that's exactly what I did for myself. And it really helped with getting over the learning curve of entrepreneurship, learning all these things, and just giving myself that kind of competitive advantage. But, one of the other things that I also found is in engineering school or anything in life, you have to put a lot of time into learning. No one ever stops learning in your career. You got to do training, you got to go to seminars, you got to do workshops, all these crazy things. So what I did is I created the way for myself to spend less time on studying, homework, all these things for school. So that allowed me to have more time to put into entrepreneurship. And I thought it was something interesting, and it's something that, that whole area, how we can improve ourselves, and self-education and self-development is something that I'm really interested in. So the businesses that I've been starting up, the startup that I've been working in, that's what it's been centered around. It's self-education, is improving yourself. And it's really interesting, obviously, as a challenge. I haven't reached that point where I'm super successful yet, but I think I have a powerful idea and something that I can really help people with. Because people are told that, you got to go to college and get tens of thousands of dollars in debt to be successful and to be educated. There's another way. You can take your education into your own hands. Or you can also be given tools to make if you want to go down the traditional route, you can be given the tools so that it's more successful. So that you can get more out of the money that you put into yourself and your education. Because the best investment you can make is in yourself. So that's kind of what my business is tailored around. It's giving people the tools to be successful in self-education and to reach their full potential. So over the next year, I have a lot of plans and goals that I want to kind of document as I go through this startup journey. Because I've talked to a couple of people over the last week who are going to help me in this mission. And so one of the guys that I talked to today, Matt, he owns a digital marketing consultancy. And so he's going to help me kind of get the word out there, go through some effective graphic design campaigns, some effective advertising campaigns. And I think it'll be an interesting journey to document as I kind of grow this company, so you can see the mistakes that I make, because I'm probably going to make a couple of them, and hopefully you can learn from them. But hopefully you'll also learn from hopefully my successes as well, because there's going to be failures, there's going to be successes, there's going to be all the kinds of likes. So over the next year, I kind of want to document this journey, what I go through, and also my podcast. I've been interviewing a lot of people from all over the world. So I want to turn that into video content as well, so that I can put it on my YouTube channel. So I'll also be putting a lot of that out there as well. But in conclusion, over the next year, you'll see a lot of documentary style stuff from me as I go through this startup journey, as I'm going through classes, my relationship, all these different things. But ultimately, I just want to help you guys. Anything that I can do to help you out, that's exactly what I want to do. So if you have any questions related to what I'm doing, or you have any comments related to my startup, my journeys, all my experiences, you let me know in the comments below. And before you leave, I just want to take a second to ask you to subscribe to my channel so that you can stay up to date with what I'm doing with my startup, what I'm doing with my life, and so that I can try to help you in some way with every piece of content that I provide. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.